Hello, welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham, and this is a little love reading for you all. So I was in the middle of doing the extended collective energy reading. So you won't see those posted here on the YouTube. They're actually for any clients who are empath energetics or empath energetics bound, or it's for people who are in the iMunity community. Those people get access to the extended collective energy readings, and we'd love to have you there. If either of those spots make sense for you to be, the links are below. You can see that for yourself. But anyways, when I was doing that reading, I had these two cards and I felt like they were person A and person B. And so person A, I listed as have patience. And this says love is patient and kind always. And then person B is listen with your heart. So person B, it says you are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. So you'll feel out whether you're person A or person B. And if this message resonates with you, one, I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, make sure that I know that that's something that you resonate with so that I can continue doing more similar to that. And it will just encourage that energy coming through more and more on the channel. I think the more people like and the more they comment, the more their own energy will be here and be able to get what you need out of this. So I'm going to pull a little bit, one for either person, and I'm going to read into this connection a little bit. So I just asked, what does person A and person B need to know about this current time in their relationship journey? I'm going to get another botanical inspirations. That's a fun one to pull. I don't always do that. Let me know if you would like to know which decks I'm using and when, because I know I go through a lot and I use some of the same ones. I use some different ones. And I'm also making some myself. So I would just love to know which ones you all like. And I would love to know what you like. The first ones are going to be a little more simple. The first oracle cards that I do. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And okay, already I'm feeling like person B is putting a lot of pressure on themselves. So because of that pressure that they're putting on themselves, it is affecting the connection. It feels as though the connection feels almost distant or separated right now. This may be because of actual distance, but I feel like it's more like emotional separation in a sense. So if that resonates with you, then continue listening. So person A. It says, have patience, love is patient and kind. And what I was feeling for person A is like person A really needs to look inwardly and find what they need to listen to in their own heart and what they're being guided to do with their own heart. Because it's almost like when person A is attempting to shift or change what is happening with person B puts extra pressure on themselves. It's almost like person B feels like they're not enough and person A is feeling like left out or disconnected. And so they're not speaking the same language in a sense, because it almost feels like person B here is like needing to listen. So they're sort of like in tunnel vision, and person A is like almost way too wide open. And so person A almost needs to line up and have patience that, you know, the right things are happening, the right things are coming, and focus on what they need for their own heart and listen to their own heart. And then person B needs to do the opposite and sort of open. And so it makes sense that they're sort of in a polar or a separated energy right now, because they're in two sides of the same, you know, feeling here. And so person A has honeysuckle, which says domestic happiness and devoted affection. I will wind thee in my arms, so doth the woodbine the honeysuckle gently in twist. That's William Shakespeare. I love when a good Shakespeare quotation pops up. So person A, I'm feeling like person A is in this very, very wide open receptive mode because they have seen what they want. So if you listened to the collective energy reading and you were one of the people who felt like they knew what they wanted and they knew their values and they knew what feels right for them that can come next, but maybe they're adding in imagination to intuition, or they're stressing about what that's going to look like or doubting that it's going to happen. This feels like person A energy. And person B energy feels more like the person who is needing clarity and seeking clarity, and therefore needing to get in touch with their values and really figure out what's actually at the base level important to them in life. And so that's just if you listen to the collective energy reading that I just did, which was August 15th to 21st, then those characters might make sense for you. Okay. I'm seeing like, be sweet, be sweet. That's what I'm hearing for person A. And then also it says solitude. So it says in silence, peace prevails. I'm getting that this separation or disconnect might last a little longer. And so that's why this message is coming through. It's like, find peace, be happy in your own place. And look, it's like, hear the wisdom. There's this little owl. It's like, hear the wisdom of your own heart. And even this have patience. It's like, it's a little girl alone and just sort of dreaming up her world and sort of sitting on this, I guess, a lotus flower, which is really symbolic and beautiful. I'm feeling like person A actually has a lot of spiritual connection, a lot of clarity and sort of, vision and clarity. I think vision. And then person B has this card, grounding. It says, go deep, explore your roots. And I'm getting the sense that something family-wise is coming up. I don't know why, I just feel like these two characters here are family. It might be family or chosen family is coming into question, or, there's thinking about how person B is using their energy towards family, perhaps. Grounding, it says, go deep, explore your roots. So I also feel like this is exactly what person B needs, because person B feels like, again, they felt like more narrow, and it seems like that narrowness is like frustrating, because it almost feels like they're not seeing anything at the end of their vision. So it's like they're narrow, but I'm getting a view of someone trying to do this, like they're looking all around and not able to find anything, which is why I said like open, because it might be that what you need is right in your peripherals. It's right here. And you've just been kind of having blinders on. So if you're person B here, it's really important that you take that message of get clear on what your values are, what is important to you in your heart, because that's actually what you're being called to focus on. Even if it's not logical, even if you don't really know how to figure that out, once you put your attention on that, it will get figured out and it will be obvious, but you need to be honest first in order for that to happen. And then yellow rose, it says enthusiasm and friendship. So I'm really feeling the enthusiasm piece, and also friendship in that person B really needs to open their ears and listen, like as a good friend does, listen and take in, what energy it is that person A has to share with them. And person A is really like, I feel like they're being guided into solitude, really just as a way to keep safe until person B has that readiness, is ready to go deep and ready to open up their perspective, if that makes sense. Let me know if this is resonating with you. I would love to know. I would love to see. And I'm going to pull some more cards later this week, or maybe even later tonight, on some love messages. So stay tuned for those. If this doesn't resonate with you, if you're like already at this point in the video and that's actually not my situation, then go look. If it is with you, I'm going to read our connection here in the between person A and person B. We're going to read the connection. So it says, a single rose can be my garden, a single friend, my world. I'm getting this feeling with person B, like something is feeling limited about the people around them. So they might be saying goodbye to a friend. They might be changing community. They might be moving or something. A single rose can be my garden. It's funny. I feel like both people are trying in the opposite ways that they need to get what they want. So give me a sec. I did kind of already explain this, but it's sort of a deeper layer. So person B has this narrowing energy of, in order for me to line up, I've got to get narrow, which isn't true for person B. For person A, it's true that they do need to get clear and narrow rather than be entirely wide open. Say, this is what my peace looks like. This is what my kindness looks like. This is clear and here. And then person B kind of needs to do this expanding outwards. So person A, it's like domestic happiness, devoted affection. Like, I want to be focused, and like, I'm hearing like, I care. So it's like, they're just showing like clarity rather than open clarity, because that's almost overwhelming or unsafe. And then person B has this enthusiasm. So it's like, they could actually they could actually let go of a lot. If they open up their arms, they might have to let go of some of those things they're holding on to. They let go. And then person A is actually needing to collect and hold things in that are important and hold true to that. Very interesting. I'm hearing the words phone call and private. So if you got like a call from like a private number recently, it might be, and if you are in this very much separated connection. So this is for someone who you're not talking with your person, but you receive a call from a private number. I feel like that might have been them trying to contact you. That's for like a very specific person. Let me know if that resonates with you. And I get the sense you would have had like a feeling about it. Like you would have kind of had a like, oh, that's someone I know, but maybe you didn't pick up, or maybe it hung up, or I don't know, something like that. Feels really weird. Let me know. That's some wild stuff. But I know it happens. Okay, so the shared connection, and then I'm gonna go. Both people, okay, appreciate this moment. It says every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So I feel like person A has more doubts. Person B actually feels like they're trying to get to person A and just really finding themselves getting distracted. So that's why they're needing to be grounded. And because of that narrow vision, they're perhaps not listening as often. And so appreciating this moment is really about, okay, what exists that's good and what exists that's here right now. Person B feels like a little more upset or stressed, and person A feels a little more like disconnected or longing or something like that. And so that's why, person A is being guided to appreciate this moment of solitude, this moment with, themselves. Person A just needs to continue focusing on what is good for them. And person B, again, opening. Sacred lotus, enlightenment. This is what is in your shared connection, person A and person B. It says no mud, no lotus. And we saw that lotus in person A. And so when either person is in the mud or in the muck, both two sit on top of the water. And then perhaps new ideas even come from them. So this sacred lotus is really key. I actually used to wear a lotus ring for about 7 years. And then it was not meant for me anymore. It really didn't feel mine anymore. But yeah, it like fell off actually all the time. It would just like, it was too loose at a certain point. It was really strange. So enlightenment, this is what is happening in the shared connection. So when both balance their energies in these ways, then that's waiting. And I feel person A is a lot closer than person B in this way, but I also feel like person B is a bit of an underdog, could be like, right there in a minute, suddenly grounded, and then it just like everything else will fall into place. We have mystic healer. It says healing energy flows through you. And in my mind, I also wanted to say, and to you, but healing energy flows through you. And here's the little owl again. So cute. The little owl up there. So healing energy flows through you. I think there's a mysticism to both people, but when they're not together, it's almost like they're sort of carrying that on their own or running from it on their own and not as in touch. So there's sort of like a divine depth of connection when both are in each other's truth, if that makes sense. And then we have spend quality time together. How cute. So yeah, if there is disconnection, obviously spending quality time is a beautiful way to heal that. And that can look like a lot of different things. I'm also getting the sense of like leaning into like wisdom and mysticism. So perhaps when you're spending time together, focusing something spiritually, or, I don't know, journaling together or talking about ideas or what's on their heart. Like I'm getting like, dreaming. And it says listen and talk to each other. So once person A is ready to be out of that solitude, then person B, hopefully will be ready with that listening ear, and there will be this back and forth. And it does feel like that is what's coming. It feels like a very divine connection that just each person needs to go through their own process right now in order to sort of weave back in. And that's what we do. We weave and hopefully we're tightly woven with someone. And depending on where you're at, sometimes your threads, are farther apart than others. So let me know in the comments below if this resonated, if you would like an individual reading on your romantic situation, or on any connection, on anything that's going on in your life or your career. I especially love talking business. I've been a business strategy and advisor, like guide, for many years now, and I don't think I'll ever stop. So if you'd like to talk to me about love or career, business, I would be happy to do so. You can book a heart-to-heart session with me down below. Or if you're ready to clear an issue and you know that it's standing in the way of you and your happiness, I would encourage you to book a deep belief session. Right now, some of those are still 50% off. So I encourage you to go look for that link. You might have access to a 50% off trial of that type of experience. And it's hypnosis and also really positive psychology and intuitive work, really all in the same kind of package. And it's inner child healing at its core. So I think that's really incredible. Every single person can benefit from these deep belief transformation sessions. So click the links, make sure you're liking and subscribing, and we'll chat soon. Okay, love you all.